Let's get down to business.
Sounds like a fine old plan to me. And we're live. We're back on the Grizzly session, guys. 10 p.m. every Friday night Eastern. It's a heck of a lot of fun. It really is. We've got some superstars here again today. Really, really cool little chat. We actually have Grid on in time, which is really concerning. I don't think it's the real Grid. I think it's a doppelganger. Not quite sure.
I'm a changed man.
Now I know he's. Now I know.
Until next Friday, it's fine. It's okay.
If you're brand new to the channel,
hard.
smash that subscribe button. It really, really helps us grow the channel. Thumbs up as well, of course. Get the comments in. We want to hear feedback from you guys. It's all about chatting with you guys directly. That's what it is. And, of course, get in there and tell us what else you want us to talk about. We want topics. We want to hear from you guys. It'd be really, really cool to talk about what you want us to talk about. So, guys, give us the info. We are starting off with our boy. Ooh, he's good looking, yeah, Sweens. Hello, Sweens. Welcome, mate. Good to have you with us, man. Thanks for joining us today. It's good to have you.
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm thrown for a loop. I thought that this guy down here was Ian because he's on time.
Wow. Just wow. Cop that.
I mean, I'll take it. Guys, I'm looking for positive reinforcement. I'm on time.
I love it. It's crazy.
Train me like Pavlov's dog here, or whatever it is. Just
There you go.
We're gonna talk a little bit of book Boba finale. We can talk about that. It's been a couple of weeks now, so we want to talk about that one with Sweens tonight. So we got a lot to cover with that one. Of course, over that side we have absolute superstar GAC masterclass legend himself, TJ. Hello, mate. How are you, brother? What's going on?
Nothing, man. Looking for W's today. We're swimming with the whales, going with the W's.
We are, man. We're going to rip it up today. Absolutely thrilled, mate. Thanks for joining us. Really want to hear your feedback on some stuff. And, of course, the man himself with the gorgeous hair and the beard, catwalk, runway model, superstar extraordinaire, royalties are going through the roof. Honestly,
Sweens is a very good-looking man.
He was a little
he
bit.
is. Wait, hang on. Are you talking
yeah.
about? Hang on. Sweens, TJ. Well, actually, you know what? I was just thinking. Do you recognize the name Chad Feldheimer?
No.
It's a character that Brad Pitt played. And
Ah.
I'm thinking TJ could pull that off, actually. he's got the red. If you did a little dance like this, he does the dance. And like,
is it one of these?
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you
No,
would
you're
crush
good,
that.
man. I don't know.
I would crush that. No,
Go
I'm no, I'm pumped to be here. Thanks for, as always, every Friday night. I'm excited to be here.
It's a lot of fun.
I'm being an adult and I'm here on time and I have time management, but I'm still drinking alcohol out of effectively a sippy cup. So
Yes, no, very, very adult style. Love it. Absolutely love it. Guys,
very adult things going on.
let's get down to it. This is really,
And
really
the sit
cool.
too. I like the adult sit. What do you mean, scoot back on me, Max. How do I
Sit
we
upright.
gotta
I
prep-
can't.
Yeah,
I can't
so we
sit
gotta-
like a shrimp anymore. You know,
There we go.
curled over.
Yeah, no, I feel adult now. Yeah, no, you nailed it.
You can sit however you want. You know your rights. You sit how you want, boy. Let's go.
But I won't.
Do I won't. Okay, let's go. That was so bad. Don't kill me in chat, please, in comments for a crap version. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I know it was trash.
I can't turn left. No, of course I can turn left.
Save the keyboard warrior stuff for another day. Don't waste your breath responding to my really, really crap accent effort. All right, guys, we got a game changer today. We got to talk about this. It is huge. We covered it last week, but we actually got to use it this week, and it's huge. It is insane. Long story short is, of course, Hotbot had an update with the Territory War placements and bits and pieces, and the tools they've actually got now for Territory Wars. Now, I just want to show you what we actually did and how it worked and how we used it. And honestly, for any guild leaders or officers out there that have access to Hotbot in their guild, get onto this. Get onto it. It is insane. But I also want to talk about the implications of this as well. Okay, so this is exactly how it went down. So Territory War comes around and it's time to set your defenses. You know the drill. Okay, sign up's done. Defense phase kicks in. I get an Echo based style DM from Hotbot coming through to me. Okay, looks like this. Okay, so this is what I get. So I've actually blacked out the teams, of course. Otherwise, I'll get in trouble and I'll never be allowed back in my guild anymore. So
Makes sense.
obviously, there's zone 7, 8, and 10. These are the zones where I've set teams in. It sends me exactly what team to use leader first and then the rest of the lineup. So say, for instance, you're putting in CLS and, Chupio, Hanchu, whatever. They're all in sequence, one after the other, so you know exactly when to put it in, right? So that's all cool. Not only do you get that, okay, you can actually type the word, if you're a Hotbot subscriber, so if you're the Patreon of Hotbot, you can type in the word place, 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 that's it, right? Place. 10 seconds later, every single team is loaded into the territory war defense slot that it's supposed to go into, including ships. The whole thing, done and dusted. You don't even need to log into the game to do it. Now, that is insane for two reasons. Number one, saves you 10 to 15 minutes throwing your teams in at some point, right? That's one thing that's really, really cool. Second thing is it saves you, of course, from setting the wrong teams as well, because we know that happens from time to time. We mix up mauls quite often. Darth Maul and Maul. That's a common one that happens.
Oh, yeah.
That's a common one that happens a lot. And honestly, that certainly helps. But the question is, guys, what do you think about this? And I want to ask Sweens first. Are you okay with this system? I mean, there's certainly a question mark as to whether we should be able to do this at all. But are you okay with it? Or what do you think, Sweens? I want your opinion, brother. I need to know.
So how do I put this politically correctly? I think that it's awesome. Now, personally, I am not a Patreon of Hotbot. Like it's just not something that I've gotten around to because, I prefer to stab myself in the eyeballs with a dull butter knife, remodding all the time with
Makes perfect sense.
various things because I'm a dingus.
Yep.
But I think it's an incredible thing, man. Like even if you don't have a Patreon to the hot utils and use Hotbot, it literally tells you exactly what to place, where to place it, and then all you have to do is just push the pretty buttons and say, okay, we're good. Instead of relying on in-game territory commands of, you have to place like a wall of, CLS or a wall of this GL with Sith Empire and GG Newts. Like it's just right there for you. And it makes it so much easier on all of the TW officers and guild leaders to quickly and efficiently organize and say, okay, here's what the defense we need from you. Go put it.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. Straight up. No worries. TJ, obviously you're with me. You're a proponent of this system. We're in the same guild, right? So for you, and again, you're involved with territory war planning in that guild as well. In a lot of cases, some of the strategy, not full hands on, but certainly you do contribute. So you've seen this from the inside as an officer. What are your thoughts as well, mate? I'm curious. I assume it just saves a lot of time.
So I wouldn't call myself the officer. I'm just another soldier, right? But I help out a lot. And the ability to make sure that the team that you're setting is going in as it should is how is this not always the way? I think everything that's done, it makes it, this is the way, 100%. But it's all of it, right? I think that along with everything else, how could you not like this? Everything that it's going for, to me, is everything it should be. That makes the game to the point where it needs to be as far as being an actual challenge, right? You don't have to worry about, do I have this team? Do I not have this team? Did I set the right defense? Yes, because that shouldn't have to be a key piece to your going in to do a fight, is that, I placed the wrong guy. Well, now I can't do the attack, especially when you have 50 teams that you have to kill.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think it's great. Grid, for someone that certainly doesn't take territory wars as seriously, is this something that you can see the majority of people sort of getting on board with, or do you see any implications down the track of certainly not being able to do this in future? I mean, it's a big deal, I think, anyway.
Yeah. I think it's an amazing quality of life update for people of just being able to, like, instead of stress of all of that and taking all the time, and a lot of people either don't want to set defense or they don't want to take the time to, or a lot of people just don't care, right? Like,
Yeah.
And that's kind of like one of my personal, not a reflective, opinion of anybody, just my personal opinion. Territory wars is not important enough to like super care about, like win lose, like just I don't know. Until the rewards get up to mean more, it's hard to care about territory wars. But if you do, this is a nice little quality of life update thing. It just makes it so much easier. And I would actually try and sort of piggyback this system that's working with territory wars and say, I would love to see that in territory battles, like with platoons.
Yes.
Instead of having to go find your certain, middle platoon 6, go place your seal, whatever. Like if that was a thing also in platoons, and I can't imagine Hotbot's not making that because that dude's just a genius. But if that is something that comes along as well, and you could just type place and then it deals like, then you don't have to wait for your guild to like place platoons. That'd be huge as well, So like,
Yeah.
I hope that kind of idea and concept, anything that can get rid of those little, frankly, like monotonous, annoying kind of things, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. Trying to figure out what you're going to place on defense, who's going to put what where, and who's going to put this here, and blah 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 blah. If it's just all right, it's all done, type place, you're done. Oh, that would be.
It would be.
Funny.
And this is
So,
the thing.
absolutely.
I don't
love
have a
it.
problem with the system, especially the way the game is at the moment with territory war. And what I mean by that is, as we said, if you set a team by mistake, that's it. Tough. Like there's no way.
And that's dumb.
Of
That
taking
is-
it out and editing it and making adjustments on the fly.
And same with Grand Arena. We'll just
Yes,
throw
Grand
that out.
Arena as well. Same thing. Absolutely. I would think we can put man on the moon. Some people say we don't. Don't even get into that. You get my point. It's just a point. It's a figure of speech, right? If we can put man on the moon, right? I reckon we went. If we can put man on the moon, I think that we can make adjustments to territory wars and GAC, right?
Dude, the
I mean, that's
moon's fake. The Earth is flat. Crazy. Oh my God.
Yeah. And
It's
I'm
a
a
good
NASA
thing
paid
you're
actor.
pretty.
Yeah, I'm a
It is
NASA
a
paid
good thing
actor
you're
in
pretty.
Australia. Give me a spell. I'm waiting
That's
for the
great,
royalty
yeah.
check, so that's just crap.
That nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, checks in the mail, apparently. It's crazy. But, guys, let us know in the comments
Yeah.
below. One thing I will say, certainly, is that it is a bit of a grey area, of course, as we know, from a term of service point of view, right? And that's the
Yep.
other side of it, if we want to be just completely legal about it. I obviously speak to a lot of people like you guys do, and I spoke to a particular person, and of course I can't mention their name. Let's just call them Throat Deep, all right? Let's call them Throat Deep, okay? Let's go with that. And
What?
Way deep. Yeah, way deep.
and
Way
I-
deep.
I
Wait,
spoke-
you couldn't
Yeah.
pick any other name? Bob?
I spoke to Throaty, right? I
No,
spoke
no,
to Throaty.
not when it's deep. No,
I had
there's
a
a throat.
deep
it's
throat.
I
Yeah,
had a- I
yeah,
had a-
no, it's fine.
I had a chat to Throaty, right? I had a chat to Throaty, my mate Throaty, and had a chat, and my
Did your
understanding
mom
is,
tell you her nickname for me?
Shut up, dickhead. All right, so the Throaty was telling me that CG were aware that this update was coming in, but they never really did anything to stop it. Does that kind of make sense? That's what I'm hearing around the place. But with that said, that doesn't mean that it might not in future, and that's my concern. They might go, no, we got to shut this down now. So, do you think that will happen, or they're just going to let it fly?
It is, in my personal opinion, a mutually beneficial relationship right now.
Mhm.
Hotbot, if anything, is helping people enjoy the game more and is probably helping more people stay in the game
Mm-hmm.
because those aspects of the game that people hate, the grindy aspect and mods and all these terrible things, all that's happening is CG, instead of ever having to address them and potentially dealing with the fallouts of people being like, oh, this is so frustrating, I quit. They have a solution. So CG didn't have to do anything. They got their solution. CG wins because more people are playing their game, and then the players win by having a more enjoyable experience. It's a mutually beneficial relationship right now. Like there is no reason that they would ever like. I don't see why they would ever get mad at him.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I think the
The
Pandora's
only
box has
thing
been open
is
for a
it
while.
does bring actual playtime hours potentially down, because instead of having to spend time doing all these little things in the game itself, you could just click and go and do it. But I think the overall player experience is better, so they might be playing more anyways. I don't know. That's like the only thing that I could think of. But
Yeah.
It's funny. I'd actually counter it and say that there's more time into it because anybody who actually has the bot, the things you can do with it, it's like Star Wars. It's like Suga 2.0. It's
Oh,
not the same game.
oh my
And
god,
so
the mods.
anybody who got it, yeah, you spend way more time in game doing more things because of the bot and what it's able to do for you than you are not. So with that game, before me having that, this whole game changed with the bot. And then now being able to do an auto place, these quality of lives are where the hell was CG when this was going on? These things, and they're consistently continuing to do the updates and continuing to make the bot better, which is continuing your experience with the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Sweens, anything you want to add, man, before we move on to the next one?
I mean, I'm not super well. My guild is just starting to feel out if we're going to be more territory war invested, which it's a fantastic tool if you are, and it's awesome. And I was even previously in a guild with actually Scotty Anderson, who they
of all things
they're-
awesome.
Yes, we love Scotty,
Yes.
but I love him the most.
Yes.
Debatable.
Fuck you.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
One job.
Edits.
One job.
Edits.
One job.
Edits.
you.
Get on with it.
That the TW officer did this exact thing, that they labeled the in-game zones as zone 1, zone 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. And we got a DM from our TW officer of like a nice pretty little screenshot of our in-game name and the teams that we were supposed to set. Now, the team comps weren't all perfectly there, and obviously you couldn't have an automatic word to just place them onto defense, which I think is cool, and it does alleviate a little bit of, you know, like monotony and whatever else, but it's not going to be something that I'm super invested in because, again, my guild at this point is still kind of figuring out if we want to push harder to be a TW guild because we're in the, what is it, 300 mil GP?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right on the edge of where the droid brains are, right? Is that right? Around
Yeah.
the 300 mark?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Absolutely. Fair enough. Fair
So.
enough. Guys, I'm gonna stuck with grid on this one if I can. We got some crystals and we got some GAC currency this week. We've talked about this over the last few weeks. Let's talk about the make good quickly. We're only going to cover this really quickly, short and sharp. Okay, I don't want to spend too much time on this because we've honestly covered this a fair bit this week already. So I'm just going over it again. But Grid, I need to ask, mate, are you happy with the figures that we got? Yes, no, maybe.
In the kind of like maybe to no sort of range, in a very simple answer. I'm happy to wrap back around to it, but that's my simple take is kind of like
That's fair.
thanks,
That's
I
fair.
guess. But
Absolutely.
we can wrap back around to it if we want to
cool.
talk more about it.
Sweens, you happy with what you got, mate?
I mean, 1,000 crystals for me is 1,000 crystals. I'm happy with that.
Fair enough. And TJ, your thoughts as well, mate?
Still gonna say no.
No.
And the only reason I say nope. I think they should have done the 2 wins, 1,800 crystals flat for everybody. The top level, that would have been to me the equal out. Everybody gets 1,800. That's everybody for 2 wins at the top piece. That should equal out for those people who need it.
There we go.
This is that's what I was gonna reinforce that with is it costs absolutely like it's not a big deal to do that. Like 1,000 crystals is kind of a middle ground, which ultimately leaves some people unhappy and leaves some people happy, right? People who weren't making 1,000 crystals are now making more crystals, and people who, like myself, would have probably gone 3-0, lost a lot of crystals.
Yeah.
So instead, make the other people even happier by giving them even more crystals, and make everyone happier. Instead of like a middle ground of some happy, some mad, just make everyone happy. Just flat out first place rewards. Why would that be difficult? I mean, I was saying like just give everyone like I think I said like 2,000 or something like that. Just call it a day. But first place, top bracket, 1,800 crystals. I mean, why? We missed out on Zetas, slicing material. I mean, we missed out on a lot of stuff and got less crystals. Like a lot of people lost from that. I don't see it. That was a beautiful, easy, simple opportunity just to say, instead of doing any math and any
Yeah.
balancing shenanigans. Here you go. 2,000 crystals. Have a great day. Here's 2,000 crystals, 5 zetas, because you didn't have to make up for what somebody potentially could have lost. This is supposed to be a make good for breaking GAC.
Yeah.
This wasn't to replicate what somebody could or could not have made.
It's a PR opportunity lost.
Yeah, that was an opportunity to get a lot of brownie points and say, here you go, 2,000 crystals, 5 zetas, enjoy it. Here's a freebie. Our bad.
Yeah.
We take it serious when we mess up. And then here's your three Chewbacca shards, and then call it a day. I would have been so happy.
Yeah. Oh, it had to be the Chewy shards, 100%.
So that's where
I think torches and pitchforks, no Chewy shards. I think we all agree with that. Absolutely. That was just not good enough. Straight
Give
up.
my Chewy shards. I don't have him relic 7.
Yep. Give me that shit and give it to me yesterday. Absolutely. All right, guys, let us know in the comments below. Are you happy with what we got? Yes, no, maybe. If not, what do you think we should have got? If you're happy with, what we, getting anything at all, let us know. And free-to-play players, guys, I think this affects you the most. Not going to lie. Really, really want to hear from the free-to-play aspect.
I'm free-to-play, by the way.
But you're free-to-play?
Everyone
So is
except
Arimal.
Arimal.
Did you know Arimal's free-to-play? Yeah, he
I'm
is.
free-to-play, yeah.
Straight
Well,
up.
I mean, he's not old enough to make purchases, so.
You have a point. Yes, ask his mum and dad for permission. Yes. Okay. All right, let's move on to a really, really cool trailer that dropped this week. SWTOR, Legacy of the Sith. An old game, as we know, not a new one. I'm not a big SWTOR player. I know there's a lot of people that watch this video that are. But I tell you what, I'm going to be picking this thing up. It looks bloody good. It really does look absolutely incredible. And I want to start with Grid because I know that you're a big, big Old Republic simp. You do love it, let's be honest. And, mate, Darth Malgus, he looks hot.
Bro, I am... this, another good opportunity here, and I really hope they capitalize on it. We are in this kind of weird sort of gray area when it comes to Galactic Legends. Everybody, I mean, you have the big important people in the episodes that have been crowned Galactic Legends. You got your Kylos, you got your Lukes, you got your Kenobis, like we got the big people. Frankly, as much as I love them, Boba, Mando, they're not worthy of Galactic Legends. They're awesome, but that's not a Galactic Legend. Like everybody can agree on that. Malgus, Satil Shan, they are worthy of a Galactic Legend title, in my opinion, and I do not say that lightly. My goodness, this would be a beautiful opportunity to say, here's Satil Shan, here's Darth Malgus, and you could make a true dark side tank. Galactic Legend out of Darth Malgus. He is, that would be a perfect opportunity. And then Satil Shan could be a healer support. That would be, I would love that. The new update, I haven't been able to play it just yet. I've been incredibly busy the last month or so. I really, really do want to jump onto it and play it some more, but it looks, as always, beautiful. And this is we just passed the 10-year anniversary for SWTOR as well.
Yep.
I think it would be a great opportunity if they found a way to bring them into the game. So really excited about it. It looks amazing. I can't wait to play it. And it's just pretty dang awesome.
Yeah, it'd be pretty good. Swings, big fan, mate. You a big fan of SWTOR? What are your thoughts, mate?
Before I get into that, Grid, 2 words. Knee rockets.
Watch out for those knee rockets.
No, I personally don't play SWTOR much, but all of the cinematic trailers that they have had for any SWTOR, it's borderline like actual award-winning type of stuff, man. Like they put a ton of time and effort into it, and it's chef's kiss.
Love it.
And Malgus looks bad.
Hey, you remembered
now
it.
He
nice.
finds the button.
Yeah.
Right? About time.
Yeah.
Better late than
I'm
never.
allowed one up, okay?
Yeah, you're allowed to say badass.
I was on time.
You're allowed to say badass, but no, not the other one. But that's okay. But
Yeah,
at some point, it's good to hit a button. At some point, I'm glad that you got around to it eventually.
We just start throwing it in at random points.
Yeah.
Like the conversation.
Yeah. So anyway, I was talking about, and then a little bit of that as well, and a bit of this, and that works. Oh my god.
So I went to the store and I saw 2 people, and it was just weird. But I don't know why they were holding hands that way, but it was weird.
But it was Amazing. Okay, now, TJ, we're having too much button fun right now. Are you a SWTOR fan at all, mate? Do you like your Old Republic? Where are you at with it, mate?
You know what? I would definitely not say I'm not going to be in the level of Grid. His level of lore and all stuff like that is next worldly. But when it comes to the like that the trailers, I am definitely on board with Swings. The stuff that they do, it basically makes a movie in itself. The when they did it at like G3, G4, when they're doing all this stuff like that, the videos and they're showing those come off, it's so epic, and the music that comes with it, dude, it literally is its own movie. And the fan base that it has is built so strong. Those are diehard. So I think it is, and I agree with Grit. It's an easy win for CG because the fans that come in are, you don't mess with those fans when it comes to that part of Star Wars. It's beyond what that comes to, and if they don't do it right, yeah, it's going to be bad. But man, yeah, cinematics.
Old Republic.
Yeah,
Old Republic. Yeah, that transcended a lot of, I guess you could say, like, control. Like, the fans almost kind of control Old Republic now. Like, whenever you touch Old Republic, you're like, we gotta be careful.
yeah.
It is transcended. And these, I mean, I'm watching it right now, dude. This cinematic graphic is, I mean, as always, it's been beautiful. I will never forget some of those graphics of them just doing the coolest things. Like, the first one I remember is when there was the gunslinger in the hallway, and he turns around, he whips out the two pistols, and he's just like just lighting up the droids.
Oh,
And then
yes.
the clone commander comes out with the turret, and they're just, oh my. And then the two Sith and the Jedi fight, and the guy dual wields a double-bladed lightsaber and a single-bladed lightsaber, and he's taking on two. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, it's so beautiful. I really hope they capitalize on it. I really do.
I think Grid needs a bucket, guys. Just, I think
Dude,
he needs to clean himself
Malgus
up.
is like,
He needs to clean himself
Dude.
up. Guys, let
dude,
us know.
it's so good.
Let us know in the comments below how hyped you are about Legacy of the Sith. It looks really, really cool. I want to talk GAC again, if we can, boys, because I know that a few of us love our GAC. We wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for GAC. So we do need to talk about some trick teams, things that you've seen in playing the game recently. Is there something that you go, ooh, didn't think of that one? That's a really, really cool team. Yeah. Go Grid. You go first.
No,
man.
you go first. You can go first.
Please.
So it might be the same one.
No, this is you guys.
Iden.
What have you guys come across? Iden. Ooh, okay. Talk to me.
Bro, Iden on defense with that Omicron is disgusting. Oh my goodness. I watched Arnold do his fight, almost lost with gas.
Yeah.
Gas versus Iden. In, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, yes, it's relic teams and whatnot, but like ultimately it's what a lot of people consider leftover teams. Like, Iden in herself is cool, but like you got Magma Trooper, Death Trooper, Storm Trooper. I mean, those are, for the most part, people are just kind of like,
Yeah.
it's some whatever Imperial Trooper over there. And all of a sudden Gas is like, I don't know if I'm gonna knock this one out. Like, Iden has been beyond impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. Even at low stars. That's the crazy stuff. It really is. TJ, you came across a wild one, didn't you? If I'm correct. You came across something that raised eyebrows.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For me, it was a crazy one, especially at the level we're at, right? Everything's all tip top and on the top. So it was actually a dash team. So I think people are seeing it now. Some people are doing Han and Chewie under a dash. Well, this guy also plays Cat. That boosted the damage, dude. So it was dash lead with Omicron. It was Han and Chewie. It was Vandor, and it was Cat.
Oh, yuck.
They had the guard on dash, so you weren't stunning anybody. First move, they went after Chewie because his Han was faster. Second move, my Chewie was dead. I was able to pull the win, but the amount of damage that was coming off of that team, it is expensive. But if you're not ready for it, it was ready to drop everything. I got lucky. I'm gonna call pure luck on that. Everything went my way. But yeah, that was one of the best I've seen. Where it's like, wow, that was a great idea.
Really interesting. And I mean, Cat is just popping up everywhere in so many different lineups. She's like the new Thrawn. Just plug and play. Just drop her in here and there, and she just works. It's really, really cool to see.
I've seen some people have been playing around with. I know JMK is obviously JMK.
Yep.
There's kind of been a little bit of this sort of, I guess, almost pocket strategy that I've seen been thrown out a little bit of intentionally splitting that, because JMK is still by himself, JMK, and can still beat a lot of teams. It might not be a defense team, but if you do like a JMK solo, you can still beat plenty of teams with either JMK by himself or JMK with very leftover Galactic Republic and could still walk away with really good banners. And so I've been seeing this like splitting JMK with Cat because of how valuable Cat could be. And so just like these teams, Dash Cat, Ray Cat, Padme Cat. I mean, there's a lot of places that you can put Cat now that are super interesting. And while it kind of forfeits a JMK team, it can still lead to some really interesting results.
Yeah, yeah. If you save him for attack, break it up that way. Yeah, she's gross. Just with her overall speed. I mean, she's just hard to get in front of in a lot of cases. She just does her thing. Heck of a lot of fun, really is. Sweens, do you find anything that you found a bit tricky, mate, at your level recently? Anything stand out?
So I wouldn't say tricky. I'd say more head scratching as to
Ooh,
just why.
why?
So to put it in perspective, I'm 6.5 mil. This many GLs. And an executor, which I guess does count as a fleet GL. Just unlocked Darth Revan and got him to relics because I'm a dingus. But faced an opponent, he had JML and C and Ray and executor. And the only thing he put down was a garbage C comp, which was like C Watt, Sith Empire Trooper, Maul, and Dooku. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
You got all the other toys. That's bizarre.
Right.
Yeah.
So he put that to defend his ships, and I mean, I took an absolutely undergeared CLS team. 3PO is only relic 1, everybody else is gear 12. Knocked out everybody except for C, and then cleaned it up. I was like, oh, okay, well, this guy is not a jerk, so thanks, bud.
Thanks to banners,
You
baby.
actually let me play. Cool.
I love it. Guys, let us know as well in the comments below which teams you have come across that made you think second, isn't sort of one that you'd normally see or use. Would really, really love to hear from that one. Let's finish this video off, guys. It's been a couple of weeks now. We can talk about it. It's on you guys. If you haven't seen it yet, that's on you. Boba finale. All right, we got our boy Sweens here. We know that, seriously, he has a very, very unnatural love for bounty hunters. Like, it's insane. I mean, look at this stuff, right? He's got his helmet out already. You see what I mean? He also has the Jango Fett helmet out as well. So, man, we got to talk about Boba. Book of Boba finale. We've all seen it here. Spoilers, for those who haven't seen it, it's on you. Spoilers. It's too late if you hear anything from here. Boys, let's have a chat about it. It's pretty freaking cool. Awesome finish. Bit of King Kong vibe about it with the Rancor, climbing up the tower and shit. There was a bit of an homage there to some King Kong action. But Sweens, let's start with you, man. Book of Boba finale. You liked it?
Do we have another hour to talk about this?
No, we don't. So I'll give you a bit of time, but you get the point.
I thought it was good. The first thing, everybody saw Grogu coming back. We all knew this. It wasn't a big, shocking surprise.
Yeah.
I like that the piggies died. Sorry.
Oh.
The only thing that I really questioned, right? So they're spending Boba and Mando and the townspeople are spending so much time fighting these basically droidicas on steroids. And he chooses to go get a Rancor instead of his starship. I'm like, okay. All right. I mean, I get it because we didn't really get a whole lot of play out of the Rancor. But then, Rancor tears him apart. And then Cad Bane says, oh, you're tough? Here's a flamethrower out of my wrist. Get... all right, okay, whatever.
I did.
Although
sorry,
I'm sorry.
No, you go, bro. You go.
The closing scene with him and Cad Bane, the whole time, I'm like, kill him, kill that blue. And that type of interaction is exactly what I had hoped the entirety of Book of Boba Fett was, where he's just wrecking skulls and blowing crap up. Like, it was. And it's very American to me to say that I want to see explosions and blood, but you know, man, it's
America.
Boba Fett is such a dope, just absolute badass. that I would have liked to see that a little bit more, but to finally settle the score with Cad Bane made me very happy.
Well, did he settle
I'm
it though?
done.
I mean, is he dead? Is he gone? Is he cooked
He's
or not?
dead.
You
Come
sure?
on, man. He's dead.
Because didn't they see the beeping thing? I think on his suit
Yeah.
that would have alerted his droid when he was down. That's the only thing I'm not sure about. So is he? We didn't. That's the curious.
Okay,
thing.
well, if he's not, then it's at least a moral settling of the score for denting his helmet.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. No, I like that for
I'll
sure.
take it.
Yeah, spot on. TJ, finale, mate. I assume you saw it. Did you
Oh,
like
of
it, man?
course.
Did you like it? What do you think?
I like the bit of fanfare, right? So for Sweens and anybody else who's a big fan, it is nice, right? You get to see things go on, things are blowing up. Him riding the Rancor, who doesn't love that? That was awesome, man. That needs to be a ship in CG, right? It's just him riding a Rancor, just running around,
Yeah.
destroying it. Bring executor. That's fine. I got a Rancor. But the idea of everything they did, the tie-in and the Mandalorian, the setup they're trying to get going, I like it. I would have liked to have seen more Boba Fett. This was Boba Fett, the show. And don't get me wrong. I don't want to hate on anybody. I love the Mandalorian. I love the whole idea. But it was the book of Boba Fett. We watch him building his stuff up. We see what's going on with the Tuskens. The storyline goes, and then it cuts away. And then we're into Mando 2.5 and then Mando 2.75. It didn't feel like I was getting enough of what the show is supposed to be about, in my opinion. I hope they go with the season 2 to make sure they continue the story arc, because it's great to see him build his empire. I like it. It was great. It had great fanfare. I would have just liked to have seen more Boba Fett throughout the season. But am I happy about the ending? It was awesome, man. Who's going to complain about it? There was so much going on, so much fanfare. How can you really hate on that?
You got a point. Got a point. Let us know, Grid, your thoughts, man. Come on, let rip. Have a look at him. Have a look at him.
No, I'll let's hear. I'm trying to find the way to word this correctly. It was fun. It was awesome. It was flashy. We had, Boba fulfilled his promise. He's gonna ride it like a bantha. He did his whole thing. It was epic. We saw these big machines, these droidicas on steroids, and then you saw the Rancor take him out, and it was super cool. I will say actually the thing that kind of annoyed me the most, was kind of a character. It felt like a character leap for Boba, if that makes sense. And it's a very specific line. But when Boba said, like, these are my people, that whole thing of, defending
Tatooine.
Mos Vespa or whatever place he's at this point. That didn't really make sense to me, because it was like an affectionate, I'm defending my people, not a controlling, I'm defending my territory, or the emphasis being on my people, right? I don't understand where that character arc sort of came from, if I'm being honest. Now, Boba had character development. He emerged from the Sarlacc pit and he's like, what the crap is going on? Jabba's dead. And his thing was, I'm taking over the throne. This is my territory. This is my, like, I wanted Boba to stay kind of as a bad guy, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I feel like they tried, because it's Star Wars and everybody becomes a good guy, right? Like, we already have that in Mando. Mando is already this kind of like good person who does bad stuff because of, kind of where he's at. We have that kind of like gray area person. I wanted Boba to stay how he was, if I'm being honest. Not how he was. He doesn't need to stay how he was. But that essence of Boba Fett, especially when you watch like Clone Wars and you learn a little bit more about, his growth. Not only did he, watch his dad die, but then he went into this very deep, dark area, bounty hunting and hunting down Jedi and all this stuff and blah, 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 blah. And he spends a little bit of time in the Sarlacc pit, and then he comes out and he's like, okay. And then he gets trained, raised up by the Tuskens. I would imagine he would have like an affinity towards Tuskens, but I don't get where this affinity of the people of Tatooine came from.
Yeah,
like,
I get it. Yeah.
I think he should have been defensive of his town as his territory, as the Daimo or whatever, however it's said. But this whole like, these are my people, I'm going to take care of them. I'm like, where did that come from? Like, you control them. You're the Lord. You're the God of this. Like, so that was one thing I didn't really like. I wanted Boba to remain not remain, still have character development, but the Boba essence of, I mean, the first time we saw him, and it still gives me chills when he just looks at Mando and he just goes, "Don't get in my way." And you're just like,
whoa.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, man. And then all of a sudden he's like, "I love my people." And you're like, what? Where did that come from? So that's the only thing. They're making him a good guy, and fine. All right, it is what it is. But I kind of wanted Boba to sort of remain on that side.
On the dark
have a
edge.
relationship
You
with
want
Mando, be an
dark
awesome
edge.
person.
You want the
but
dark edge to him still. You want him to be a bit more
I
edgy.
really wanted that dark edge to him. I really wanted him to maintain that. Maybe be a better than, what he was, Boba, but still on the darker edge of things, because that's what made him so, he was just relentless. He was this just cold-blooded, ruthless person that was just like, man, he put on that helmet. He never said anything. He got the job done, showed up, never said anything. He's like, pay me. All right, I'm on my way. It was so cool. I loved it. And then all of a sudden he's like kind of a softie. And I'm like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's me. That's where that comes from. But for the actual like finale, I really enjoyed it. It was really cool to see all of that awesome stuff. I think it could have been done better. And like, frankly, those super droidicas like really kind of pissed me off at some point because of how they were there forever. The only thing they hit was a wall and the Rancor 2 inches away from them. I was like, dude, like kill some people, man.
Yeah.
I really wanted to. It got to the point where I was almost like, I'm not afraid of these things. At first, you're like, oh no, like the Darksaber doesn't do anything. Kirstanthen's not doing anything. None of these blasters, nobody is doing anything, but they weren't doing anything. They're just like walking around like missing everything or shooting a wall. And I'm like, come on. Like almost all of my fear left. I really wanted to see them like destroying some people or killing or something, because I started to like lose it almost. And don't even get me started on your stupid little Power Ranger spin move, dude. Oh my God. A man's like, bad. Oh, enemy. I was like, bro, that knocked me out for a solid like 5-10 seconds. I was like, what on earth was that? So there were things that really annoyed me, and there were things that I absolutely loved. Cad versus Boba. I wish we saw that earlier, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I agree. I'd like to see more.
I wanted that fight to be way longer.
Yeah.
It felt kind of quick.
Yeah.
And for a relationship, for a strained sort of professional relationship / rivalry between the two.
Yeah.
I really would have liked to seen a little bit more fighting from Cad Bane.
I would have liked to have seen something like a little bit of like, to go back to the Matrix, like a the Neo sort of Agent Smith type battle, something just real down and gritty, and just like that would have been actually really cool.
I would have loved to have seen Cad lost his blasters, Boba lost all of his stuff, and we got a good old fashioned fist fight, man, between Cad Bane. I mean, Cad Bane took on Jedi. He fought 2 Jedi at once. Like, the dude's insane. Boba has killed Jedi. He's insane. To see those 2 people duke it out, I mean, those are some of the most powerful non-Jedi in the Star Wars universe. Like, those guys are insane. I would have loved to seen a little bit more there. And I feel like I'm nitpicking a lot because overall I enjoyed the episode, but I'm just trying to give my real take of, I super enjoyed it. It was very flashy. It was very fun. It was very actiony, and it was kind of funny. And it was really cutesy at parts and times. And I loved when that dude goes out there and he's like, Boba Fett has offered nothing. I thought that was hilarious. I thought it was really, all sorts of stuff like that. I thought it was great. There was so much cool stuff. And but there's a couple of things that I really wished would have happened as well.
I like it.
That was a longer response than I
that's
intended.
okay. That's okay.
I feel like I've been talking for like 30 minutes.
From all of this, man, what I'm gathering is that you want Cad Bane to get a rework and get a Zeta, and maybe no.
Dude, come on. He's like, dude, the man, like, frankly, bested Boba, put a dent in Beskar. Who does that? Who does that?
Got a point.
Like,
it's got a point. Let us know, guys, in the comments below. What did you like? What didn't you like? What was a miss? What was a hit? Let us know in the comments below. Boys, a heck of a lot of fun. We're going to shoot off now. We're live on Twitch, 10 p.m. Eastern every week. We're going to go off and do some GAC now. I'm on a path to redemption. I'm ready to go kick some heads. We're going to have a heck of a good time. Thank you very much for watching. Hit the subscribe. Hit the thumbs up. Get in there with the comments, and we'll see you again next week. Love you guys. Bye.